Some big news in college basketball happened last night. Cal is going to Arkansas. John Calipari is finalizing a 5-year deal to become the next coach at Arkansas. The deal is expected to be completed in the next 24 hours. This is insane because I don't think anybody ever thought Cal would leave Kentucky. We're going to check out the full thing of what led Cal to leave. There's a thread that kind of breaks down the whole thing. We're going to check this out. Cal and Arkansas have entered into serious talks about its head coaching position, and Kentucky has been notified on the talks. Cal's contract terms mandate he must inform Kentucky if he engages with another school about the job interview. I want y'all to keep in mind, I think Cal had like a $33 million buyout in Kentucky. So since Kentucky didn't have to fire him, they saved $33 million. Like, not to say that's anything for them. Kentucky makes a bunch of money. Big move of what made Cal leave was the Tyson family is the biggest Arkansas donor and is prepared to make a major commitment to bring Cal to Arkansas. Cal's very close with the Tyson family, has been for years. The story is gaining volume because major boosters are optimistic this can happen. So if you don't know who the Tyson family is, this is Cal and the Tyson family. They're a billion-dollar family. I think they do stuff with like chicken, foods, like that type of stuff. They're worth billions. They made a bunch of money. But whatever money Cal requested is nothing to them, basically. So let's keep that in mind. This came out last night as well. The UK AD tells CBS Sports Cal has not yet notified him, talking to Arkansas AD about potentially becoming the next Arkansas coach. He doesn't have a proper agent, and this is a very delicate decision, as was told to me previously. Cal directly approaching Barnhart would mean it's done. Cal and Arkansas are near an agreement to a contract to bring him to Fayetteville. Cal's biggest points of emphasis in the new job: assurance of accepting transfers, ability to bring in his freshman class, and major NIL promises. Then this came out. It said, told by one source that Cal will have access to an NIL package that will rank among the best in college basketball, excess of $5 million per year. You know he signed for a big bag. It's Cal. Like, you're not leaving Kentucky unless you sign for big bag. You know what I'm saying? So people have to understand, or Kentucky fans, whoever, going there to play for Cal. So all the recruits you guys had coming in, it was because of Cal, because Cal gets players to the NBA. These players don't care about winning national championships for the school, or they don't give a about that. Like, I could promise you. Everyone now is just trying to make money. Cal understood that 10 to 15 years ago. He been understood, like, people are just trying to get paid. People are trying to go to the NBA. Now people are just trying to get NIL deals, make the most money. Cal understands that. If you heard something he said not too long ago, he always brags about, like, we had players who made over $6 billion. The recruit they just got, this is like the #1 center in the country, basically. Jaden, he's going to be special. I guarantee he decommits, though. But look, Cal's pulling up to the game recruiting. That's the dude's father, I believe. Yeah, that's his dad. And he's holding the kid like it's his grandkid. Like, this dude, like, Cal understands, you know what I'm saying? I know he underachieved, like, over the past couple of years, but, like, you got to understand, these players don't give a about winning. They just trying to get paid. This is Cal's legacy. Cal was at Kentucky for 15 seasons, reaching the highest of highs, 2012 title, 4 Final Fours, and failing to the lowest of lows, 2 first-round exits, 9-16 in 2021. For a decade, he was the most popular man in Kentucky, but the last 4 years have cast a shadow of that. That said, when the dust settles, I hope Cal can be looked at for the positive impact he had on this program in this state. With this new NIL era, like, these players, I can assure you, they don't give a about winning natties. They're playing hard in the tournament in hopes of getting NIL deals. Not playing hard in hopes of, like, I really want to win for this program. No, they're trying to get paid. Everyone's trying to get paid. That's why Kay and Roy, all these guys, they're retiring because they don't want to deal with this shit. Even Nick Saban, if you go to football, the only reason Nick Saban really retired, he can't get recruits like he used to, because all these other schools, they could be like, oh, Alabama's offering you this. Yo, I could offer you this. They're going to go to the other school. Nick Saban doesn't have control over how shit is in football no more. He understands that, so he retired. These kids, they're trying to get paid, and they're not really trying to, like, they don't give a about your program's history. They don't care about none of that, bro. It's about how much money can I make. This is the guy who broke the news, so we're going to see what he says on this.
That John Calipari insisted upon at Kentucky and then upon taking a new job. This is according to 2 sources. One was accepting of transfers, getting in the guys in this portal era who would go in and be able to be accepted into a program, because that is so much part of a lifeblood of a program. There's that, bringing in the freshman class that he wants and getting all of any kind of level player he wants, getting them in. He had faced a little bit of resistance there in Kentucky in recent seasons. And then major NIL promises, which is obviously the name of the game. Arkansas has been very, elite at that in recent years. It's set to be even more so with Calipari coming to Fayetteville. So,
wait, let me see. Cal wants to professionalize his program. Academics are a problem. All these programs do. Like, that's about money. Like, these dudes trying to make money. What are you going to learn in 8 months if you're a 5-star, you're supposed to go to the NBA? Like, listen, you got to be real about this.
Stand by this. The University of Kentucky is probably the hardest job in college basketball. Yes, you got the best resources, strong alumni, strong national fan base. But you got to win. Now, they ain't fired
Facts.
Coach Cal, last couple years. First round, second round exits, I get it. He won 1 national championships. He been over there a decade, though. And Big Blue Nation probably was a little upset, but not enough to fire that man. And the University of Arkansas opened up because Eric Musselman took the USC job. And you know what Arkansas said? Yo, we're going to go get Coach Cal. Cal will be the next coach at the University of Arkansas. But that opens the question. Who takes over Kentucky? It's the premier job in college basketball, really, for like the last 30 years, other than your Dukes and your Carolina. It's a blue blood. Duke, Carolina, Kansas, UCLA, Kentucky. That's it, the 5 blue bloods. Maybe UConn, if you want to add that, Villanova, Jay Wright gone is not the same. But who takes over for the University of Kentucky? Cal go there, Arkansas. You know who I think? Roll Tide, Nate Oates. He about to get a big extension. Or he's going to be the University of Kentucky head coach, man.
It's going to be Rick Pitino or Billy Donovan. Those are my picks.
They're going to offer him so much money that he can't refuse it. He play an up and down pace and whatnot. Kentucky fans love to score the ball. Kind of remind him of Richard Pitino. But, hey, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Rick Pitino, he wouldn't come back. He's 70-some years old. But he'd be a logical fit, too. But Nate Oates, University of Alabama. Alabama got to come up with an extension right now, tonight, for Nate Oates. Because Kentucky's definitely on the phone. Who else can Kentucky get? Will Wade, probably not. Don't want to risk that, but I think Nate Oates definitely could be a good choice for the University of Kentucky. But University of Arkansas, Woe Pig Suey, you got Coach Cal.
If I had to pick, I think it's going to be Rick Pitino. It'll just be dumb if you already took Bama when they was ass. Like I said, I was on his team the very first season. So you took Bama when they was ass, you built him up, and then now you just throw that away and go to Kentucky. I feel like whatever money Kentucky would offer him, Bama can up it. Unless he does leave. Kentucky, they might, hey, look, give you 100 M's right now. Like, it might be an offer you can't turn down, but I just don't see him leaving. If I had to pick, I would say I'm going to go Rick Pitino. So this is Rick Pitino not too long ago in the interview. He said if I had a choice to bring back time, I probably would have stayed at Kentucky.
Is there any part of you that looks back and like, maybe I should have stayed at Kentucky because that was, it's Kentucky?
Yeah, I think if it wasn't, I was offered about 7 or 8 pro jobs before the Celtics. Obviously, I was the Knicks coach, and that's a dream for me being a New Yorker. But if in hindsight's 2020, if I had to do it all over again, I'd probably never leave Kentucky.
Yeah.
Dick Vitale, every time I speak to him, if you would have stayed at Kentucky, you'd have more wins than any coach. And you think back on that. But I learned a lot to coach the Boston Celtics, even if you didn't do a great job. It's just too much. You got Red Auerbach, you got Bill Russell on, Havlicek, Heinz, and so many greats. It was worth the experience. But if I had to do it all over again, I had a choice to bring back time, I probably would have stayed at Kentucky.
And now he got a chance to go back. So that's your guy right there. Yeah, but y'all let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section. And as always, it's your boy.